Hello everyone. It's been a while, but I'm not completely gone. Not yet, at least. Hope everyone's having a good day. Let's just give everyone a couple more minutes to stream in. I'm guessing we're gonna have a bit of a small audience. And let me know if everyone can hear me all right and all that good stuff. Nice. Thank you. We'll have a we'll have a bit of a scuffle with the audio later on in the stream when we try to do a typing test. But yeah, I mean, I've been looking forward to this keyboard for a while. It's really the only keyboard group I've had left. And that's it. I mean, I have no other keyboard group I's left, and it's just a keycap group I just have GMK Yeety left, and I don't know what's gonna happen once that ships. I mean, am I done with the hobby? We'll see. Static on the audio. Yeah, I'm using a bit of this OBS plugin for noise reduction because the building across from me is just insane AC. But let me lower the level a little bit. I feel like I'm one of the first people in the meeting, waiting for the time to start, making small chat. Leaving the hobby stream. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I've been consolidating my collection because I realize I have a bunch of keyboards and parts and keycaps that I never use. But I'm at least going to refresh what I have. Yeah, I guess we can get started. This is the unboxing stream for the Lulu. I will be building it. I think it's hot swap. I think there's going to be a little bit of soldering going down. And yeah, let's get right into it. We'll make reviews in the future. I'd like to review this one. Oh, I think there's a packing list. All right, we got a bunch of stuff. Nice packaging here. Rotary encoder kit. These are the Oled screens. Oh, these are wrist rests. Oh, coming apart already, I guess. It's too bad. Tenting kit. They really went all in on this packaging. PCB and sort of the base kit. And just to go through the pricing for all of this, looks like these two were $11, so Oled Screens. The tenting kit, this guy was 25. Encoder 16, base at 170. The wrist rest at $15. And the PCB at 70. It's a little steep, but not too bad. I'm most interested in the case, so let's get one. I haven't really been following keyboards for a little bit. I've been focused on getting rid of old stuff for a while. Yeah, it's made, the top's made of aluminum. The bottom is, I think, injection molded something. Polycarbonate maybe. And yeah, typically I'm not really in tune with the split ergo side of the community, but you know, I thought I'd give it a try since it's made of metal. The packaging work on this is really something else. Oh, what is all this? Yeah, dude, it's been a long time. I think it's been maybe 6 months. I don't know. We got the bottoms. A couple things here. Build guide. Scan the QR code. Let's wing it. All right, let's take a look at the case. Let's see. Focus. All right, CNC aluminum case or top. Integrated plate, as is tradition with these type of boards. Very similar to the Unigo 66 that I was very upset with. The polycarbonate bottom. Wow, the finish on this looks great. Much, much better than something like the Cara or Portico or the NK60. I guess the geometry is a little simpler. I don't know if that, how much that plays a role in how well the finish comes up. I guess I see a little something there, but this is the bottom. These things, honestly, no idea what this kind of lines up with. What the hell? Oh, I guess it fits right in here. Not really sure what that does. We'll figure it out as we go. And two different windows, one's clear and one's frosted. Some hardware, looks like Phillips head. And some hex head screws with the Allen key. All right. Now I'll check out the rest of the pile in order of top to bottom, aka arbitrary. All right. We got our encoders. I don't know what the technical term for this is, but it's got those like steps. You can feel the bumps as you turn. I think this sort of goes like this or something. And then we got the little tiny little knob. I can see this being a little hard to use. It's gonna be like, you'll have this much. They really want you to scan this QR code, but I won't. Oled Screens. Honestly, I have no idea what I'm going to use these for. The manual said I am not going to need to solder these in. Maybe. I think if I do need to, I might skip it for this stream. This seems a little complicated. Do people actually use OLED screens for anything interesting, or is it always just bongo cats? Tensing kit. Whoa. Oh my goodness. What is all this? Alright, some screws and the legs. I'm guessing these are 3 different angles. So we got sort of a squishy, not that squishy, silicone type thing. And threaded inserts. Very nice. The finish on this guy is not as good, but it matches the feet. All right, we'll come back to this at the end of the build. I'll check the flexi parts later. Hey, I didn't even open this. The seal's broken. Thus. Oh, it's one of those break apart PCBs. That's fun. It looks like we got the little slots for the OLED. These slots are white. Hot swap, very nice. And that's it for the contents. Alright, we're just gonna have to YOLO everything. Lazy wanted to see how flexy these, or some of the thinner parts are. I guess this isn't super thin, but it's solid. What about this guy? This is also not that big. The legs are thin, and they're about as flexible as I'd expect from, or as I've seen in other sort of thin custom or injection molded plastic keyboards. All right, let's break these apart. This feels very wrong. Should I look at the build guide? Ouch. Ooh. I literally jump scared. Come on. Come on, come on. I think you should have pliers for this. All right. Okay, I know keyboards. I know how to build stuff. You just kind of, I don't know, put this together. See, okay. And what, like you fit in the OLED here. Oh, maybe you put the OLED in first. Odds of this exploding. This doesn't feel right. Is this gonna be just the right fit? Let's see. Come on, focus. How far do I push this in? We'll worry about that later. Anyway, taking a quick look at the PCB. We got this little thing here. Little switch. Not sure what that's for. Oh, button too. Maybe for programming? And then TRS and USB-C. I've never seen this color of sock. Oh! Looks like it's got RGB. No wonder it was so expensive. Looks like this guy goes in here. Just kind of shove it right in. Maybe this guy goes in here. I'm so unprepared for this stream. I don't even know what firmware this uses. And it hasn't even been that long. Does this go on top here or maybe on the case? Sorry. This kind of seems like it should go on the case. Peg. You pranking me? What a name. Let's get this on here as well. Pretty stiff. Come on. I will never scan a QR code. This is messed up. Come on. Come on. Please. Oh, you guys are gonna scan it for me? Okay, that's a good idea. Alright, and you guys can spoon feed me instructions. Okay, but I'm pretty sure I'm doing this right because like it's got a key right here, and that's clearly for this. It's just really, and this is these are clips. Come on, fuck. Might need to mutilate it a little bit. Just a little bit. Is clickies the the switch from Zeal? Okay, it's in. It just needed a little bit of negotiating. Come on, I think I can figure this out, right? And I mean, clearly, this is the only place it can go. I'm not all that convinced about the Alps MX switch because if you guys tuned into the iQnix cat keyboard video, that switch was like a Kale mid profile clicky, and that uses a click leaf like Alp switches do, and it ended up just sounding kind of like regular click jackets. So I'm not convinced. This just feels like it should go in deeper, but it doesn't. Here, let me try testing it. What's the worst that could happen? Oh. Oh, look at that go. Main.py. Ah, that's neat. Windows is going crazy. Lulu is set up and ready to go. There's been a problem with this device. There's now an iDrive plugged in, Lulu R. What in the world? How's the light binding? What do you mean? What is light binding? Hey, it even has underglow. This is really something else. Okay. Now it seems like you put this over here. I don't know. And then you put this over here. This seems like the right thing to do. And then I think we can probably start popping switches in, except we're gonna need our windows. Does the white look white or can you see green red? Oh. I'll check it out in a little bit. I always end up turning off the lights anyway, so lighting never really a big factor for me. Like that. Oh, I see. So this is like you put the window on and then you clamp it down with a little plastic piece. Come on. Wow, it's really on there. And it leaves a residue. Incredible. think what happens is that focus. Probably put it in like this. It's a very tight fit. It's so tight that it feels like I'm breaking it. And of course I'm getting smudges all over it. And then secure it like this. And you have a little window. Very smudgy though. I'll do the same for the other side. So what's been going on in the keyboard world? I guess I've been gone for about 6 months. I saw that there's something going on with Rama. But are there interesting new metas? New keycaps? Keyboards are dead. So I'm not missing anything. Pop that right in. It really feels like I'm breaking it. I saw Hunderbage and it looks really good, but I think when I ranted about GMK Hanguk, I said I'm not gonna buy from Mekibo, formerly, what was her name? TX Keyboards. Let's see. Okay, so I think I need screws for this. And it is countersunk. So I think I could use this guy. Countersunk screws. There's a new meta to hate boards that use foam and to discredit those who like the preference. Keycron has been shitting out Q series boards. Oh yeah, I did see the Q series. A lot of stuff. Let me get that focus. Make it a little dimmer. Okay. If I tighten it a little too much, it sticks out. Focus. It sticks out like this. So I'm gonna need to loosen it up a little bit. Still possible that I'm doing this entirely wrong. I feel like I've been seeing a lot more plateless keyboards. Is it true or is it just I don't know what kind of bias that would be. Do I see it because I want to see it? Okay, never mind about the sticking out thing. It seems to be fine. Just rip this off. Oh. this on as well. I think I'll skip the encoder soldering for today. I don't think I want to get to that today. Alright, let me double check against the window. Looks like we're right up against it. I'm not really sure why this window needs to be so big. I feel like one of the complaints I have about this is that it seems to want to cater to everyone. Like you leave compatibility for older PCBs. I think this is either the Corn or the Lily or whatever. And that's why you need this kind of gaping hole here. Like, why not just make Lulu incompatible with everything? I guess that's kind of against the spirit of the split ergo community. I guess I get it. Of course, we will be using stock Gateron yellows. As a part of my consolidation, actually, I've been stopping using Gateron yellows because, you know, though it is sort of standardizing everything, it makes me feel like it sucks the joy out of the hobby. So I started building with switches I would actually use. And I think if I were to do reviews, I'll maybe use it with switches I would use, and then maybe switch it out right at the end with stock Gateron yellows to see how it compares. But I don't think I can go on keeping around the whole fleet of Gateron yellow boards. I Gateron yellows are fine. But I don't like using stock switches. I don't remember which one, but there was an Owl Labs board that I almost bought into because it seemed interesting. Now I remember nothing about it. How Ligma will switch removal be for the switches around the edges going into the case? Let's see. Got my puller. Looks like we got plenty of clearance here. Yeah, I think it's all right. It's nicely together. It's kind of keyed along the whole thing. Love to see it. I think these are the case screws. Oh, hold on. Looks like these are the holes for the legs. One thing I'm noticing is that the screw hole placement isn't quite right. So if you see from this side, you're looking at it head on, but the countersink is a little bit shifted over. Maybe it's because the thing will go in at an angle. I think that's what it is. I found one. In the last 6 months, I started a new job, and I think that's probably the big reason why I haven't really been uploading. This seems right. Okay. And I was shopping around for a new laptop and a new office chair. And that sort of took away from attention in keyboards. I was doing it the wrong way. What's going on here? The screws that are included with the legs are way too small. I don't think they're for the legs. Let me try using one of the longer boys. What laptop did I get? Yeah, so I ended up, I was ready to drop like $1,500. And I thought about it. I don't really use the laptop that much. And ended up going with a used Samsung Galaxy Book Pro for like $500. I'm having a lot of trouble here. And yeah, the screw goes right through the case into threaded inserts. And my previous comment about the countersinking seems to be correct. It feels pretty secure. It's nice. Like, this does bend quite a bit, but on the table it feels as secure as it could be. I'm gonna get the legs on, since apparently it is the hardest task. It is unimaginably hot here in this room. Alright, second one's a little easier. And we'll try assembling this guy. Do I bring my own keyboard for work? Yeah. I initially brought the LZ Physics. I tried to sell that board, but nobody wanted it for almost... I listed it for like half price. Nobody wanted it. So I just gave up, built it, brought it to work. I built it with silent switches because I'm really self-conscious about making too much noise at work. But I just couldn't deal with silence, and it was a Durock silence. I think the bottom out of silent switches really messed with me. So I ended up bringing that home, and as always, I ended up with an HHKB with, what do you call it? Silencing rings, best key. Blue stem, black hazy housing. Yeah, that sounds about right. I think it was a 67 gram one. But I think if this turns out good, this might be my work board. And then all my coworkers will think I'm cool. Oh, also, I stupidly asked for a Mac when I started, being a lifelong Windows user, and the mod bindings is just really screwing with me. Like, I work in, I'm a programmer, so I use the terminal a lot. So it's like you have control bindings in Vim and Bash or whatever, and control is not the same as command, and sometimes you gotta do control R to do the reverse search, but control R doesn't do anything in a browser. The only thing I appreciate about Mac bottom row is command arrow key to do home and end. That's it. I think the physics layout is all right as well. I think that's the layout that makes the most sense for an Alice 65%. I don't think if I've ever used a silent switches in a flexible board. Yeah, I don't think so. I've never done that. Or Control Z if you want to orphan it. What am I doing? How's the hole for the USB port? I already showed it off, but are you ready for this? Boom. Korean custom level hole. Absolutely incredible. Okay, I'm looking at a little couple things here. It looks like you have a little bit of lifting on the leg, as well as this lip is not quite touching the case. And I believe I've tightened this. But I guess it makes sense since the screws are kind of in the center of everything instead of in the perimeter. Yeah, I tightened it a little further and still this is a little disappointing. What about the other side? Not as much, but still a little bit of an issue. I guess it's just this corner for both sides. I guess it's kind of expected for injection molded keyboards, but I mean, obviously I would prefer not. All right, for keycaps, we have two options. Let's get a little audience engagement going here. We have the Ergodox kit for Space Cadet, and we have GMK Mondrian after the painter. This is the final version. I bought into the group. I haven't had any kind of business contact with Boardsource. Both? All right, okay, all right. All right, I can get down with that. Oh, I hadn't considered this. The wrist don't really work when... Whoops, sorry. When you're tented. I guess you're supposed to be like hover hand, ergonomic, whatever. Wait, what makes you think I speak Spanish? It doesn't look like there's any way to tent the wrist rest. It seems to be just foam. Um, and it's got a little bit of this mouse pad material on top. It's two materials. Bottom is what feels like packaging foam, and top is almost exactly mouse pad material, and it seems to be sort of coming apart pretty easily, so I wouldn't really mess with it too much. Let me look back. The wrist rests were $15. So not super expensive, but you know. All right, so we'll do this on the left side and this on the right side. Yeah, very premium packaging. Here's the F. Yeah, so many boxes. I I I feel like if you go to those lengths to make that kind of packaging, why not make a bespoke case with, you know, tighter USB holes? Like you want it nice, but not custom. I don't know. Does the board feel stable propped up on those tenting legs? So far, yes. I'll try typing on it in a little bit. I S. I feel like split or go accessories are usually always stupid expensive, so I guess that's what you get for $15. Yeah, I can't really say. This part of the community is definitely, I'm not super familiar with it because I've never really been interested in keyboards that are primarily for ergo and not uh and doesn't care as much about build quality. Not that I'm disparaging that. I think honestly that side of the community has more sort of real enthusiasm that's beyond just consumerism. But I guess I'm a filthy consumer. That's where is my fee? Or 5. I feel like I'm going crazy. Can you see the B? one good thing about this is no stabilizers. Always get down with no stabilizers. And I'll just put whatever I want on these keys. There must be a home row one of these. What is this? Ah, whatever. All right, we got our Space Cadet half. I think it looks pretty good. I always thought Space Cadet looked all right on silver boards. Let's just finish it off with the small guy. Focus. It's nice, right? Feels nice in the hand. One of the challenges I have when making videos is actually, thumbnail. Every sort of YouTuber that I watch is like, oh, thumbnail's so important. And I can see why, but I hate making thumbnails, especially because every tuber looks the same from the top. I always have to like post a picture of it from the side or something. Oh, you know what? Mondrian might not fit. I don't think it has 1.5 U keys. Anyway. So let's get a little design going here. Get a little blue to go with that. I'm still waiting for the perfect ortholinear plank layout board to put this on. I really like this key set, but I haven't found a such a board that I really liked. How do I know which row everything is? You know, it is an hour or trivial research, but I did learn it kind of organically after fumbling around with blanks for years. I don't know, that's whatever. So I don't even know what the names for all of the rows are. I don't, because I feel like some manufacturers start from the top and some start from the bottom. But I know that the bottom row is kind of like this, and the top row is kind of like that. The home row is a tricky one. Hey, I think that looks pretty good. Just ignore this part. It's kind of cute, right? That's fun. I think if I can just get a little blank here. I think I really like the white on this. I don't know if it's a stock color or whatever. Love it. Is this maybe based? I ordered a cable just for this video. Wow, PRS feels awful. Okay. Oh no, I broke it. Oh, hold on. What's this? Oh, it's like a layout selector. Oh, check it out. That's pretty cool, right? Okay, that's neat. I like that. Okay, that's super. The bottom. Let me dim the lights real quick. Let's see. Maybe a little too then. Okay, not a lot of light coming through our black bottom and opaque switches, but okay, let me just dim the lights. Not turn it off. This approximately is what I'm looking at. It looks pretty nice. Okay, it doesn't look that nice on stream, but it looks pretty good in person. I'll have to try and capture it for a review video. Did it come with a cable? No, I had to buy this guy. I think there was an option, but I might have forgotten it. Okay. This is so foreign to me. The closest I've gotten is using I did use an Ergodox for a week maybe. But let me try typing in chat. Where's my space? Where's my backspace? Oh, that's space, okay. Literally, how do I delete? Oh, okay. I feel like an absolute idiot. It's overexposed. All right. There you have it. That's the keyboard. 1 week learning curve. Yeah, I used to use a layout similar to this and on a plank, but like, I mean, my layout is probably blasphemy. with Ergo Enthusiast is just a regular 60 replicated here, and I only have 3 layers or whatever. But that's what I ended up using. Do we want a sound test? It's not really anything special. It just kind of feels like sounds like a drop control. That kind of sounds like what this is, like solid plate, integrated plate, I mean. And there was a plate foam included. Maybe I'll use it. I don't really care about the sound here. Yeah, let's see. Never remove the TRS while the board is connected to PC. Okay, that's good to know. Let's say if your cable allows it more shoulder width apart. This is about shoulder width for me. I guess if I tented it. Also, I could have sworn I ordered a 3 feet cable, but I got a 1 foot one. But yeah, I guess overall impressions. I feel pretty positively about this keyboard. What is going on? I think it definitely looks good, which is important to me. And it feels good in the hand, not like typing experience. There are little issues like the warping on the case, but I think that's not that big of an issue. It doesn't seem like I'm able to pick up on that while I'm typing, but we'll have to see. Obviously, review will cover the most important aspects of it, but the window unwrapping experience is kind of awful. The window itself, looking into all of these miscellaneous pieces instead of just the OLED, is kind of weird. But otherwise, it's nice. I'll have to look at the software too. This peg thing is sus. Yeah, what else do I have to say about this? Yeah, it's nice. I'll give it a go, maybe a month. I can't promise how soon the video will be because it's been a time at the new workplace, but I look forward to using it definitely, but yeah, I guess I'll come back with a video, maybe a stream. I'm also thinking about maybe making a video about the office chair I got because that's been a journey, but we'll see how it goes. Let's take like 2 minutes for questions if you have any. Otherwise, I can leave. Is the encoder hard to use? It's kind of finicky. My fingers are kind of running into the keycaps, and it's tiny. And I feel like I'm really needing to pinch it. It's such a shallow little button. Yeah, it's an encoder, also a button. I think it was an option, and there's a socket under here if you just want to put a little switch in it. What's the most ergonomic? Is it more ergo to go higher up like this? Oh, I guess I forgot to do the usual finish inspection. Let me do that real quick. I think the finish looks all right. Oh, what's going on here? There's a little something going on here. Black marks. It seems like it's coming off. Okay. Okay, so not super concerned about that. The finish, like the surface is pretty smooth, but visually it looks rough. I don't know how to convey that, but I'm not seeing much of flaws. I think this just dried sweat. The board itself is very light. I didn't get out my scale, but this is 1/2 fully built, surely under a pound. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. The typing experience is stiff, as you'd expect. It's exactly like the Unigo and some of the drop boards. The sound is actually exactly like that as well. At least it's not going to break like the Sus wireless one I covered. And I'm really looking forward to using this. And yeah, I guess I can leave it at that. Thank you all for tuning in. And yeah, I'll come back with a video maybe, hopefully.